Did you know you don't have to pick the highest paying offers as a DoorDash Dasher, in essence called cherry picking or just picking the highest margin offers? You don't have to hand select the best offers. You could theoretically just accept everything. Well, that's what I'm doing today as a tenured, seasoned DoorDash Dasher. Welcome here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Why though? Why wouldn't you just select the best high-paying offers? You're an independent contractor, you're allowed to do that. Why would you do the opposite and just accept absolutely everything that this app sends you? Well, over the next 10 hours of dashing, we're going to most likely learn why. Can I make what? At least $20 to $25 plus an hour. That's always my goal for you. But if you don't have some strategy to accept the highest margin offers, you might be left, we'll find out, with this kind of shift. First order, $7.15, 4.1 miles, quoted to take 35-ish, 40 minutes. A stacked order, wait, let me accept it. So it's $7.15 for two offers. I teach you a dollars to mile payout. How much am I getting paid per mile driven? Of $1.75. This one, not great. And the cash flow. I want you to get at least $7 per offer. This is 7-ish for two offers, because you can only complete obviously a certain amount of deliveries in an hour. If each delivery is like $5, that's $5 to $15 an hour. No choice though. Order number one. Let's get our stacked order. Order number one and number two. Oh, stay until the end of the video, by the way. I'm gonna go over all of our numbers using our earnings tracking spreadsheet that I use to track my numbers. You can get a copy of that on our website if you'd like. First two orders, both ready, which is all you want. I mean, why does that really matter though, if it is ready? Honestly, imagine if it's instantly ready versus like a minute to 2 minutes versus 3 to 5 minute wait time. So remember, you can only do a certain amount of deliveries per hour, 2 to 4, depending on how dense it is, mode of transportation, etc. If every one of those takes 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that's like 12, 16 minutes of just wait time in an hour. It may not necessarily mean it takes away an order in the hour, but it might if you're getting a lot of short runs because you've spent 20 minutes of the entire hour just waiting at a restaurant. Now you have the cancellations that you can use. You have basically 10%. Deactivation is 90% completion rate. So in essence, canceling 10% of those, you're completing at least 90% of those. Obviously, do not ever cancel after you've picked up the food like I have. Don't do that. Once, especially if you've picked it up, you gotta make that delivery. But if you're still waiting in the restaurant and they tell you, hey, our system's down, we just got it, it's gonna be like 18 minutes, then it's gonna be up to you using those cancellations. Well, this is tricky, second drop off. Wasting a lot of time. You can see we're just stuck in a lot of traffic. Just got the green light, but I pulled up to where the customer said it was supposed to be. Absolutely zero parking on either side. Nowhere to stop. And the customer was coming out, but they weren't ready yet. So I had to circle around the building and just put me in all kinds of backup here. So, I mean, I hate when this happens. You can't stop. I'm communicating with the customer and they're in a rush, trying to deal with everything that they need to do. You can think of other like almost bailout roads. So if I didn't turn down into a deeper, busier area, I could have maybe gone up straight up the hill and parked somewhere over up this hill and walked down. That was done. I was just, just keep apologizing to the customer. Say, hey, I'm sorry, there's traffic, I'm on the other side of the building, I'm circling around, I'm coming as fast as I can. There, right there, is my next pickup. There's no parking here. You can't, never stop on like a busy road like this because your pickup's right there. Doesn't matter. I got to turn around, park on that in-between street or even on the other main street legally and then walk back. I was talking to the security guard at the front desk. He was real nice. He's like, hey, is it for so-and-so? I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, she thought you took it. I'm like, never, man, never. He was real nice, but I get it. I mean, they're tracking your order if they see you driving somewhere else, because I was around the building and had to turn around. And you know what? Even on this street up here, it's a no parking on any part of that street. So I'm gonna park over here. Now, if you need to pause your orders, that's completely fine, you know, because well, let's be real, a little stress of that past order, you need to take a second. That's fine. How much money am I gonna make in the next hour taking this request? Take a look, because I got some time here. I'm on leg 2, like, you know, pickup number 2 of this stacked order here. I'm gonna make basically 20 bucks, because look, this is the ETA. It's the current time when I got this order here. It's basically gonna take an hour according to DoorDash. I mean, cash flow for each pickup, it's 10 bucks, which is good. It's just far. I mean, look at this, it's more driving. It quoted to take like 22 minutes just to get to this restaurant. It's gonna take at least 22 minutes to get to this second stage here. The one good thing, I'll say this though, the one good thing about this offer that I noticed, it's gonna take an hour, not a good dollars to mile, okay cash flow, but it's going to the same customer. That's nice, just a little bit more convenient than making 2 pickups and 2 drop-offs. But it's actually ending in a good spot, back to where I typically deliver in the center of the marketplace, so there's that. It's like a consolation prize in this offer. I was delivering to a hotel, back in a good area, delivered to the room. Sometimes it says, hey, just leave it in the lobby. Sometimes it says, come up to the room. It's an easy hotel, parking's fine. So I get to the room. It says, literally, go to my room, knock, and I'll open the door and take the order, or whatever it says. So I knock on the door, and nothing. Knock on the door again, nothing. I don't even hear anything inside. I call, goes to voicemail. It kind of sounded like their phone was dead because it didn't even really ring. It rang like, you know, a couple times and it went to voicemail. Well, not even voicemail, it just, disconnected or something. So then immediately, if you can't reach that customer, you click on the option that says can't reach customer, so hand it to me delivery. So I knock again, nothing. I call again just to make sure. Call doesn't go through, you know, a couple of rings and just disconnects basically. So I have to sit there for, 3.5, 4 minutes and just wait. Now here's the thing. I don't want to like cheat that process, because some people are like, well, just text them a picture that you left it there and mark it as completed. But if you mark it as completed, then you're marking you handed it to the customer when you did it. I just waited because I don't want to mark it as completed. You don't want to set yourself up for anything where they say they didn't get it, because they're like, well, it's handed to me, you didn't hand it to me. Even if, and get this, if you text them a picture of that, it was supposed to be handed to me, so they can say, hey, they texted me a picture that the food was there, but I opened the door and it was gone. Did the Dasher take it, or maybe someone else took it? That is why I indicated it's supposed to be handed to me, and you did not hand it to them. And I just waited, and then it says, go through the workflow, leave it in a safe place. It was right in front of the door. They had like other stuff in front of the door too. So I don't know if they fell asleep or stepped out. It seemed like laundry or something there. So I put it right there at the front door, took a picture, including the door and the room number, and then I put notes as well that said delivered at front door or delivered at room door. And I texted a picture of that to the customer as well, just so they had it like a, well, they get it anyway, but still. And then I marked delivered. Of course, I would love to take this $5 stacked order. This might be the lowest per offer pay I've seen in some time, like $2-ish per drop, like, I don't know, $250, $260. So this is a stacked order. It's going to the same customer. They ordered from 2 different places and they didn't tip. Now, maybe they'll throw us a Hail Mary and it's like they're reserving everything for after the tip. But this is the non-tipping order. And also, just a heads up, the last 35 minutes I was eating because I didn't eat since this morning. So we'll show that in the numbers as well. If you're just gonna slam the accept button like I'm doing today, again, this is kind of why we're doing this. So let me go to Dunkin' Donuts and let you stay with me here. I need your support. Actually, can you just drop a like real quick on the video? Support me with that emotionally. So right now, 7 minutes, 1.8 miles, transporting 2 plain bagels. No judge, hey. And then probably the entree or whatever it is from Mediterranean Table. And again, this is all for $5 some, and it is taking, you know, not a little bit of time here, it's taking some time. So I was delivering to this large apartment complex here, and the DoorDash GPS said go to the back of the building. But I know the main entrance is one like little half street before obviously the back of the building. So I go to the main entrance, and this customer immediately calls me and says, hey, you're at the wrong location. Please follow the GPS exactly. Wait, where am I going? Oh, I'm going across the street. Nice, I'm going to that Panera. Perfect. Oh, there's a Tesla Cybertruck in front of us. Here, I think you should be able to see it if we can catch up to him. There he is. Right there. What's your take on that thing? I have a Model Y, so I won't say anything until I hear your thoughts. So the customer says, hey, you need to go exactly where the GPS goes. And I thought, well, that's the back of the building. So the guy was standing there, nice enough, and then he goes, hey, just out of curiosity, why did you go there? And I said, well, most of my deliveries are at the front entrance. That's a tricky thing. And there was no specific delivery instructions in there. Let me do this pickup real quick though. Panera done. And I know most people's refrigerator, I get it. It's up to you. Like, how much do you trust, I should say, the DoorDash in-app GPS, because it actually integrates with Google Maps. Most every time, I love it. I think it's really seamless. The visuals, the integration with the Dasher app, it's nice. It's just one of those things, right? It's like every time that I've gone against Google Maps, I'm like, oh no, I know a better way. There's a reason Google Maps took me that way. Oh, there's one. It's actually an okay margin to offer. $6 for 1 mile, and it shouldn't take too long. Yeah, that's the McDonald's right up here. Now, I just got it. So there's a chance that this McDonald's just got it as well, and yes, they're fast, but this place is always pretty busy. There's a wait in the drive-thru. I always go in the lobby here. That's really what they prefer. And check your Dasher app as well, because sometimes it'll say, go into lobby. If lobby is closed, then you go through the drive-thru. Because what might happen, you'll be like, forget that, I'm just gonna go through the drive-thru. They'll tell you, they'll say, come in the lobby. What's the over-under? What do you think, 5-minute wait? Oh, my bag tore a little bit. I like to design a better delivery bag for you. So let me know what you would like in a better delivery bag in the comments. This one already has a couple of tears in it. Anyway, if you put your bets on 5 seconds, not 5 minutes, you would be correct. There we go, my goodness, there we go. It was ready immediately. So why was it ready immediately? Ideally, it's because the system worked perfectly. So the system of sending the offer exactly when it's ready, based on what that merchant is marking as they're ready. Hold on, we're heating up. There's peak pay, there's bonus pay. Look, $2 added to every delivery. And then I got this one, $11, 3.9 miles, quarter to take. Let's see, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm gonna tell you why this one is like so. Why? Because it's a fantastic dollars to mile. It satisfies our requirements there. So it's 2 offers, $11, divide that in half. It's a decent cash flow per offer. But remember, I want $7 per offer, but it's not bad. Now here's the thing. Peak pay, you can see here, the $2 peak pay was only until 6:50 p.m. It is 6:47 p.m. right now. So here is the risk you take with that. Do you sit here, decline that one to try to get a better dollars to mile and or cash flow, but you better get a obviously better one in 4 minutes or 3 minutes, or you lose out on an offer with at least that peak pay. There's some other peak pay, but not on that $2 peak pay. So when you don't have the choice to select as you would, if you just select everything, then you don't have any peak pay strategies either. That's a part of it. Just because there's peak pay, it sounds great, but you can decline an offer with peak pay, like this one is gonna have peak pay, for another offer. Hopefully, there's no guarantee, right? But hopefully it's even higher paying with that peak pay. Anyway, some random person was standing on the sidewalk, like shadowed in all black, a huge black jacket at night. And they just said like, what are you creative language looking at? Blah, 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 something else, something else. I'm just like, what? Do not engage. I didn't even turn my back. So I don't know, like, there's some of that everywhere, but especially in the city, just keep walking. I didn't even turn around. Don't even engage. And then the person was walking down the alley that I was parked in because they moved, and I was behind them. And they saw me again and turned around and like started to say something. I just got in my car and left. Let's make this delivery. Access issue, as you saw, couldn't drive in. So I just walked in. I mean, you'll have that sometimes. And then the keypad, they said, hey, buzz my apartment number. It was handed to me. Keypad didn't work. So I texted the customer. I said, hey, your keypad doesn't work. I sent them a picture of the dark keypad. Then they said, where are you? And I sent them this picture. I will say, something I didn't really notice, I'm not sure when DoorDash added this. Look, it says draw. So if there's ever a question like, oh, should I leave it here or should I leave it here? Or is this your front door or is this your front door? Or is this your house? Is it the one with the red door? You can draw on that. That's pretty interesting. So it's the next day. I knocked out 4 hours of dashing yesterday, which means, yep, I'm gonna try to knock out 6 hours of consecutive dashing today. That's probably gonna be another, 30-minute break somewhere to eat. Starting in the same spot, in the same, obviously, marketplace and sub-marketplace here in Pittsburgh, and it is 2:15-ish p.m. right now. Today, on a Tuesday, still not the best day of the week, it's going to extend into dinner rush. We're starting a little bit later. Will I get peak pay again? Possibly, that could help. But only one way to find out. Let's go online for 6 hours. Let's talk about switching zones, as I had exactly where I did yesterday for my first offer, literally next door. Switching zones, it will give you the option, it'll say, switch zones, or maybe you've entered an area that's busy, do you want to switch zones? If you're not that far from your currently and preferred, let's say, scheduled zone, I try to stay in that zone. I just know the power strips better, I know the parking better, I know the restaurants better. If you feel like either you want to experiment and have like a backup sub-marketplace, if you feel like sometimes you'll drive in that marketplace, if you think it's gonna be busier, better peak pay, if for whatever reason, then you can switch zone and try it. And or, like I mentioned here, if I'm too deep into that zone and it will take me like 10 minutes to come back, you could do that, because in essence, it's kind of like Dash along the way. They'll still send you offers the closer and closer you get to the original zone. But if you're super deep in that zone, you might want to try it. Delivery completed. Took like 25 minutes to get out here. Nice little quaint area in Monroeville. Welcome, Pennsylvania, east of Pittsburgh. But I am deep in the zone. Check it out. It's not like, oh, I'm kind of in another zone. I could still make it back to the downtown zone. No, I am deep in this zone. So as I said, let's switch the zone. First time really dashing in this Monroeville market segment. But what this will do is give you a great indicator of driving, speed bump, in a suburban marketplace. So here's a great contrast in this shift for you. By the way, if you appreciate what I do here, help you making money in different side hustles, please do drop a like on this video. It does help. Consider subscribing. Check out yourdrivermike.com for courses and resources. Just updated our side hustle starter guide, comparing 80 plus side hustles and their qualifications, most importantly, at a glance. So you don't have to like go to all these websites, find support pages, never mind this page doesn't work, etc., etc. Pick up that and our earnings tracking spreadsheets. You can actually track these numbers in one clean spot. If you prefer a app-based experience, check out the Solo app, linked below as well at channel partner. Stacked order, 1075, 8.4 miles. Let's accept this one. Not a great spread, regardless how you look at it, but accepting everything here in Monroeville. Let's go to PetSmart. Yeah, low end of $1 plus a mile. It's two different customers. It's taking me even more east. Wow. It's taking me even more east here. Quoted to take, oh, it's quoted to take like 50 minutes? What? Yeah, like 50 minutes, pretty much, for a stacked order going even more east at a not a great dollars to mile. Again, I hope you kind of get the point of selecting the best offers for you. Now it's time to go to Max and Irma's. By the way, there was a big shelf that said online/pickup. I just asked the associate, like, what do you prefer? Do you want us to, can I not go out this way? Oh, why is it all closed in? Why is the entire marketplace closed in? Wait, can I go this way? I just asked the associate, like, can we grab it if we see it on the shelf, or do we have to check with you? And the associate said, if you see it, you can grab it. Just let us know the name so we can update it in our system, which makes sense. They can take that off the queue. So logistically, completely fine there. And I am just driving in Monroeville now. But who's ready for an upside down order? I told you I want you to do at least $1.75. I mean, minimum of $1.20 if it's slow. So an upside down order is one that's just like basically the opposite, like awful. I'd say $1 a mile or less, like this one. Let's go do an upside down order, whatever it is, I don't even know, $5-ish, 6 miles, something like that. We're officially halfway through. I'm past the 5-hour mark because I've been driving for over an hour today. 5+ hours. Did you know that DoorDash provides free pizza bags to Dashers? Pretty neat. And why does that matter? Because if you verify you have a pizza bag, you can unlock more orders that require, exactly, game days, parties, weekends. You gotta have a pizza bag. Especially if it's free from DoorDash, you gotta have a pizza bag. So that was a pickup at Pizza Hut. Now I have some high quality, more expensive, but it's worth it, pizza bags linked in our team storefront down below in the description. But I showed the associate, I said, hey, this says ask the store, as some stores give free pizza bags to Dashers. He said, yeah, DoorDash provides us with pizza bags to give out to Dashers. And I said, can I see one real quick? So he goes under the counter, and it's just the one that DoorDash sells on their Dasher Gear website. Now, granted, it's not as nice as I have a Rubbermaid commercial, and I think Amazon stopped carrying it, so I'll make sure I have that storefront linked with equivalents, because it's thicker than the one that it's basically like, think your standard Dasher, like hot and cold bag, but it's a shape of a pizza bag, basically. He said some Dashers go on eBay and they buy old Pizza Hut pizza bags, because he said when Pizza Hut gets their pizza bags, they're like $200 each. And it makes sense. It's just higher quality materials, really thick insulation, because that's all they do. They're delivery people. Their business is a large part of that. They need the best of the best delivery bags. So you could do that as well. It's not a bad idea. You said you should probably hit Dasher Reward Silver eventually. You've been doing this for like 5+ hours accepting. Happy to say I am now Silver status, not bragging. There you go. So I got the first tier of priority, the high paying offers. Now your next question, sweet, you got priority access, silver, all that stuff. let me see the next offer. I don't want to show you. So I'm a Silver Dash. Now I just got it. I don't think that should really matter. I got this offer, like $3 some on Sheets. It's, you know, it's right over here, but $3 some, not a good offer. You know what? I just got pulled even more, I don't know, east or south, because it told me to switch zones again. It was south because the zone south of this is McKeesport North for sales. Now, right when I was gonna switch, because hey, I'm accepting everything, so I'll accept the question of do you want to switch the zones? I was gonna switch from, I got some good luck for the first time in this entire shift. But I was gonna switch, but then they sent me this offer for Buffalo Wild Wings, and I looked at it, not great, you know, but have to accept, so I accepted it. And just now, as I was talking to you, I got this add-on for Buffalo Wild Wings. And it's good luck because not only is it an add-on, it's a silver status, high paying offer add-on, but even more, you know, convenient is it's the same restaurant. It's Buffalo Wild Wings. Now here's an interesting one. The stacked order at Buffalo Wild Wings was ready, which is great. First drop off is a hand it to me. And I bet a lot of you have delivered here to a high school, but I have never delivered to a high school, not in recent memory. I know I've delivered to a few secondary schools, I don't know, what was it? Leaving Woodland Hills Senior High School here on the east end of Pittsburgh. I've never been on this campus. I don't think so. I don't think our high school played this team. Anyway, the customer met me at the front doors, which was perfect. There's a little kiosk here, but there's no one at the kiosk after hours. The gates are open. Can't go much better than that when they meet you curbside, because I have no idea where to go in the school. And I don't know about now, but when I was going to high school, the doors are open after hours for activities, athletics, clubs. So I would have had no idea where to go. I mean, don't wander around. Just call or text the customer, say, hey, I'm at the main lobby. Oh, I noticed. This one, it's not only an additional $6 for whatever it was a good dollars to mile, but it was plus $6 plus. So it indicates there's gonna be a higher amount after this delivery. I need something big. I need like $15 plus. Well, that one's done, and I'm right at the corner of a zone again, but see here how it says, finding orders headed back to zone. So that is most likely because my current zone, because I'm outside of Monroeville, it's not super busy enough to ask me to switch. So it's, or I'm super close to the zone anyway. That order I just did, it was $6 plus. So there's a guarantee that I was gonna be higher. And I asked you, like, well, it could be like $15 plus, it could be $6.75. That ending order was $17. It was a $15 customer tip, minimum base pay from DoorDash. $17 showed 6 plus on the offer screen. Thank you to that customer for that tip. Yeah, it is coming up on hour 7 here. So we got, 3 some hours left. Let's take a second right here, about, I don't know, 75% of the way through here. How do you think I'm doing per hour and per mile? And the overall question, you can include this as well. The silver status, is this really gonna help my shift here? We're in the dinner rush, but I'm not in downtown Pittsburgh. I'm in the sub-marketplace east, still in Monroeville. Will it help this challenge now that I'm on silver? Man, you know what's funny? I was gonna take a risk and just do some positioning to get back into the downtown Pittsburgh segment. See, there's 2 different exits. I could go there to Wilkinsburg, okay? And then we're coming up this way. I could go to the left lane to go into Pittsburgh, back into my segment. I'm basically already back into the segment. Or go Monroeville east, back into the Monroeville segment. It's like seeing your the opportunity just go right by you, because here we go. Oh, I'm going Monroeville. And I'm going back east, not into the zone that I wanted, because I got another offer that I have to accept. What I could have done is pause the dash. I should have done that. Okay, back to the same Pizza Hut here in Monroeville. Very nice. I mean, you know, other than the positioning thing, but I got another plus offer, which is great. $6.50 plus for Caliente. I'm sitting in their parking lot right now. It's a good margin. It's only quoted to take about 14 minutes, which is excellent. But again, I'm gonna need a good string of these high paying offers, ideally the plus offers here on silver status. But I have 2.5 hours left of dashing to hit 10 hours. Officially nighttime. I got a stacked order, upside down, not good, during the dinner rush, as a silver Dasher rewards Dasher. I'm still in Monroeville. You see this road right through Monroeville here? I've been up and down this road a couple times today. So this is a power strip. KFC, McDonald's, retail over there. There's a Bob Evans, there's restaurants over there, restaurants behind me. An area that's really dense with restaurants. And reminder, hang with me here. We're gonna go over all the numbers, complete breakdown, all these averages, pay per mile, customer tips, all that stuff at the end of the video. Pin delivery, done. Customer was ready at the door, gave me the pin, dropped both of those off, and I got, this is our first look really, at a positioning order. So all this really does is get me back into a better position. But it's taken me finally back into the downtown Pittsburgh market segment. I think it's the Squirrel Hill or Shady Side area, something like that, doesn't matter to me. It's taken me back into the zone. So that is what I call a positioning offer. Now the order itself, not good. And I mean, it's a Tuesday, but I'm supposed to get priority to higher paying offers. I've had some, but not a ton to really make it super worth it. Okay, delivery done. And with an hour left, my next offer, oh, by the way, remember I told you we're switching back to the downtown Pittsburgh sub-marketplace? Hooray, awesome. And then my next offer immediately takes me back out of that zone. Oh, next offer immediately out of the zone of downtown Pittsburgh. Winding down here, last one. So I got this offer, didn't love it, but I took it. I really didn't want to go all the way where this one was headed, but then I remembered I have cancellations. I mean, I have plenty of cancellation. I just need a completion rate of 90%. Let's park right here. So I canceled that one. I still accepted it, but I canceled it because I don't like where it's going. And I accepted this one. It's a, you know, okay order, but it's ending in a lot better zone because I want to get some food after this. I want to go home. 10 hours of dashing. Chicken, number one of, I don't know how many, then we'll go over the numbers of 10 hours of accepting everything on DoorDash. I did it. 10 hours of DoorDash dashing, accepting every offer they sent me, earn per offer. That's another challenge. Should we do and accept everything earned by time only? I just kind of default to earn per offer because that's like the original way of dashing. Let me know if you'd like to see that. But I'm gonna give you my input on this shift real time as I'm finishing. And again, I'll use our earnings tracking spreadsheet to show you the actual numbers. If you want a copy, it's at yourdrivermike.com/tracking. So, I looked at the initial numbers here. I'm surprised at a few things. Number one, my gross revenue is what? Like $180, something like that. Obviously you're looking at it now, but $180 plus, that means I did $18 per hour over this 10-hour shift. Now note, you're gonna see the exact figure here because my dash time is closer to 11 hours, but I paused for at least 35 minutes there on that first shift. But still, I thought I would have done like $15 or so an hour. To do upper 17 or 18 with some peak pay, but not a lot of peak pay, and no silver status until the very end there. I'm surprised at that. Number two, I'm a little surprised at the pay per offer. $182.12 divided by these 25 offers, I still averaged $7 per offer, which is what I want for you. I want you to have a minimum cash flow of $7 per offer. But as you can imagine, it's not all great. This isn't certainly the way I'd recommend you dash accept everything. I really got hurt on the margin, specifically the payouts per mile, or the dollars to mile ratio. Because even today, I did, I don't know what it was, $106 today, but I drove almost 100 miles. So I made just over $1 a mile. So let me kind of summarize that. The hourly, decent, the pay per order, decent, but the pay per mile, not good. So what does that tell you? It tells you, sure, you're accepting some higher paying offers there, but you're still doing too much driving for that pay. So I could have had offers that it didn't take a lot of time, but let's say it was more highway driving, or it's more just longer stretches of driving, so it doesn't take that long, so the hourly is good. Even the pay, it can seem pretty good, but it still equates to like $1-ish a mile. The rest of it, let me just kind of speculate here. I'll show you the actual numbers on the screen, but let me speculate of what happened here. So tips. I would imagine my tips, I'm thinking were pretty good. Because again, I grossed $182 and had a decent hourly. So my average tip is between like $4 and $5. I'm thinking it's in the upper 4s, low 5s range this time. So I'm thinking tips were a little higher. My tip frequency, that hovers around like high 80s to low 90% of customers leaving a tip. I think that was probably around 90%, which means a good amount of my customers were indeed leaving a tip. Now, as you also might have noticed, I went, listen, it's my challenge, if I may. I went straight OG style. This is what I wanted to do, and I did just the restaurant pickups. The original form factor on DoorDash. Obviously, there's shop and deliver. I've done accept everything with shop and deliver, but if you want to see like 0 restaurants, so I guess I just decline every restaurant they sent me and only do shop and deliver, we can do that as well. But for this challenge, I just wanted restaurant because I knew this was gonna be bad enough. And again, I really appreciate you watching, your support. Drop a like on this video if you can. My name is Mike. All I do is help you make money in different side hustles. I'm gonna go eat a whole bunch of Chinese food. I dashed 6 hours plus today, 4 hours yesterday. I respect your hustle, whether it be an hour a day or 10 hours a day, whatever it is. And I'll see you very soon.